What up? It's your boy King Dow 225 coming at you with another reactionary video. So hit that like and subscribe, become part of the kingdom. Oh man, I reacted to It's Complicated channel video before. I approve of him. I like him. How many youngsters out here, especially young black males, who the channel is specifically for? My community and the underserved within my community, young black males. A lot of fathers are listeners around here. They need some masculine lessons. I always try to, steer y'all to the right type of message to receive. Because some of these red pill dudes out here, charlatans, and you got to be extra specially careful for, non FBA advice. Because they don't understand sometimes. But this guy, he understands, he get it, and he done produced another banger. Solution is, I'm going to say being a pro for this work, because that's what I always use even before I started becoming a YouTuber. I use the word pro to substitute that word we see. Solution is pro. Rules for modern dating and understand women is complicated. Bro, I done had this argument and made this statement so many times before. Sorry, it's hot up in this room. Got to turn the air off so I can record. That if sex work was ever legalized, it would be the greatest day for men everywhere because it would effectively kill women's live, women's rights, all that. All that. And I'm gonna explain why, but I'm gonna let this video play. And I'm gonna explain why as the video play. I'm gonna try not to stop it too many times. I know some of y'all don't like that. Some of y'all don't care. But hit that like and subscribe, notification bell, and become part of the kingdom. Let's get to the video. Fair use. Fair use.
Why are there so many women today who say they don't need a man?
I mean, because if they want to go 50-50 on things, I just don't need them.
Because they're delusional and they believe the lie that the eminence movement is using for their own destruction.
Because there's a lot of bum-ass men out in the world who...
Again, I'm trying not to stop again. I'm a different type of guru dude. Now this chick here, they got a very delusional woman on here. One you can't talk to or even explain when they have her. A woman, woo, who gets it and understands and knows the game.
who don't do enough, so us women can supply for ourselves now.
Because they're feminists and they like to be feminists. If a man has friends, doesn't want kids, hires a maid and hires a prostitute, why would a man need a woman? I don't know how to answer this question.
Because of human connection, of meaningful connection, to correct me.
That's the only answer you can plausibly give is meaningful human connection. But you gotta always ask yourself, is it worth it?
Myself. Just, there's nothing that replaces the authenticity of a partnership.
Right, there you go.
Men need women in a sense because, I don't know, like, they need our love. You know what I mean?
True. You can't really get true intimacy with a prostitute. You can bust a nut, but that's about it.
That's about it.
Why do women proudly chant, pussy runs the world, but then also complain guys only want sex?
I don't know why they complain about that, but pussy definitely runs the world. You can make a man do a lot of things.
Does pussy actually run the world, or does it just control the men who built and maintain the world?
You know what? I feel attacked by that statement.
I've been saying that for long. Pussy don't run shit. But pussy is persuasive. It will, mold a man, certain men. Not the men at the top of the hill. Like a dude said further in the video, powerful men make pooch bend to their will. Only the ones who not like you can coerce, you can manipulate, you can get a dude to give you everything, do anything you want. So, but the power is the man.
Because men cannot live without sex.
That's
And
a
it
lie.
really does run the world.
I think it only controls weak men. I don't think
Bam. First commercial. Need to get that premium quick.
He runs any strong men. In fact, the men that rule the world, pussy bends for them. You know what I mean? They, don't control a strong man. A strong man can replace the woman.
Women rule the world.
If I was to give youngest advice, the first thing I try to tackle in my bachelorhoodness is dick control. They say dick discipline. I say dick control, bro. Never let no cooch control you, bro. Always be aware that you can be simplified and p-whipped. And the second thing is be comfortable with being alone, being with yourself. You know, then those two things, if you have control of your D and being comfortable being alone, you won't accept certain shit, and the confidence in you just go like, I'm telling you, them two things you focus on. Of course, you get on your purpose. First is like, don't chase, control. Don't chase, run behind, get all in your feelings behind no cooch. Control yourself and learn to get used to being alone, being with yourself.
World, but she just manages it.
Do you think there was ever a time when pussy didn't run the world?
No, no. Women's always been the neck of the foundation. The men is just the head. We draw shit.
Wouldn't that mean women always had power?
Yes, but men cannot accept women having power, so we just have to stand in the back and pretend that we don't have power and use a reverse psychology and just like pretend that we don't, because they like to say they right, so we just like, all right, and give you the idea, and then you just say, yeah, it's your idea. Okay.
So why are women complaining about past oppression if they always had pussy power?
They want equal rights, and that's bullshit.
Personally, I just think they kind of like are backwards in their reasoning on most things.
Oh my
You
God.
know what I mean? It's that they want to feel a certain amount of power, and that's the only thing that they can kind of reach to say that they have this power over males. So,
Do you think there was ever a time when pussy didn't run the world?
Probably not, no.
Wouldn't that mean that women always had power?
Yeah, they definitely did, but we just make men do all the, hard labor work.
Women say they want equal rights, but then when a man talks to them the way they talk to another man, then they say, oh, you're offending me, or oh, you're doing this. But if you want equal rights and you want to be treated equally, then it has to be like always. Like, it can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna put my hand on a man, and then like when he does it back, like, oh, I'm a woman. But you want equal rights, or you want to like put yourself in a man's position, but then you don't want like the actions to come. But only actions you want is beneficial actions.
How many female-dominated industries?
And here we are. I had to pause this. She represents the extreme delusion. You can't talk to them. You can't use logic with them. You can't negotiate. They're terrorists. You can't negotiate with terrorists. Now I understand why so many people, so many men within the manosphere judge these bull nose ring having Half Street dies as ultra eminence, because you cannot, logic does not enter their brain, especially when it comes to men issues and men. Whatever you say that makes sense don't make sense to them. But I'm gonna let you see.
Can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Not a lot, and that should change. Society it's set up for that.
How do we change that?
Great question.
Remember, no solutions. She has no solutions.
Let women take over. Change the mindsets.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
Christina Aguilera. She is my idol. Janis Joplin. She's my idol. I am a singer-songwriter, and they have never based sex off of their career because they're so talented to do that.
How many female-dominated industries can you think of that aren't related to sex or beauty?
not one. Not one.
Are men more likely to use power to get sex, or are women more likely to use sex to get power?
Ooh. I think women are more likely to use sex to get power.
What is the
I think
difference
it's
between
equal.
sexually empowering women versus sexually objectifying women?
I personally don't think there is a difference. I think those are the
If it come from a man and if it come from a woman, it's empowering if that objectification come from a woman, but if that empowerment statement come from a man, it's objectification.
same thing, one and the same. I think they basically are. It's almost like if someone's using reverse psychology on you, like they want to be able to use your sexuality to advertise things. They want to be able to use your sexuality for whatever purpose that they twist the woman into. All they have to do is, it's kind of like in the Bible. They said, no, you should want to be like God, or the serpent said you could be like God. The woman falls into that very easily, so her head gets blown up. Call it empowerment, and she'll do whatever she thinks is empowering.
And this is what he just said is why I said women are the most easily manipulated. Because you can trick them with a lie and they will believe it and ride that lie forever. Like, oh, this is true. That's ain't no way that the feminist movement tried to destroy me. No, it's here to help. No, no, no. Sexual liberation movement is gonna benefit men in the long run. I'm, I'm gonna let him keep cooking before I give my explanation.
So isn't it entirely subjective?
Yes, all of it.
Do you think the sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
Yes. I think it's all a trick to take advantage of them.
Yep.
Most female-dominated industries are sex or beauty-related, correct?
Yeah, that's the way things are right now. That should change.
Well, right, but why would women want to give up their power if they can use it to,
Because it shouldn't be the only power that we're able to hold in society.
Well, whether it should
When you don't give women a fair chance to gain power.
See what I'm talking about? All they want to use is their sex appeal, right? But when they talk about STEMs, mathematics, the mechanical shit, the shit that build the world, why women ain't going to STEM like science and whatnot? Why they go into like the humanitarian aspects of society when they go to college? So you're not really seeking power if you're not following the path to power. Like, be an engineer, be a coder. Don't be a nurse. And then when you ain't making as much money as a coder, as a nurse, oh, then you ready to go back to show your boobs and your butt. I'm empowered now.
They're going to do whatever it takes.
Well, is there anything stopping women from getting power any other way?
Yes, men.
Lies.
Well, I mean, but men also give women their power, correct?
Not enough of it.
Well, obviously, if all
Not
the
in
men,
the ways it matters.
if all the men in the world were gay, how would women get power?
Because they're fucking women.
What does that mean?
They're strong and better.
Who knows what tomorrow will bring?
Can't
Maybe sunshine and maybe
can't talk
Better
to
than
them.
men.
Well, right, but
Yes, men.
well, I mean, but men also give women their power, correct?
Not enough of it.
Well, obviously, if all
Not
the
in
men,
the ways it matters.
if all the men in the world were gay, how would women get power?
Because they're fucking women.
What does that mean?
They're strong and better than men.
Well, right, but I'm saying if women couldn't use sex to control men, then how would they get power?
Skip.
Women.
Did she just say skip? When you ain't got no answer to logical questions, you just press the skip button. That's all you got to do. Just press the skip button. Why didn't I think of that?
They're strong and better than men.
Well, right, but I'm saying if women couldn't use sex to control men, then how would they get power?
Skip.
Women are more likely to use sex to get power.
Yeah.
What is the difference between sexually empowering women versus sexually objectifying women?
Okay, sexually empowering women would definitely mean like uplifting and like complimenting, like, "Ooh, girl, you look good, but not too close," because it could easily be turned into, "Ooh, girl, you look too good. That's a whole ass snack," and then now that's harassment. So there's a fine line in between the two.
Well, isn't it entirely subjective?
Subjective to your own intentions, yes. Like, so maybe your tone of voice or your implication in the fact, or however you were trying to come off at the matter, So I think it all has to do with the subject to intention, right?
Men don't have a say in women's sex life.
Do you think this?
Look, we don't. You're right. We don't have a say. We don't care what you do with your body, but stop making us choose. Stop shaming us if we don't want a woman with high body count. You have the right to rotate penises as much as you want, as often as you want, and I have a right to say I don't want no woman who rotate penises. Why is that so complicated?
Sexual empowerment of women in any way contributes to their own objectification?
No.
Does the fact does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
No. It means that we can use our body the way that we want to without men's control.
I don't believe just because they make OnlyFans and Pornhub that they cool with being objectified. I, or one of the questions he gonna ask later on in the video, believe that sex work is actually work. Almost like, do you consider a dude who sells drugs as work? They make a lot. I mean, I always equate a ex worker and a dope boy as the same. Both of them get money, but the dangers that they have to go through, it's like it's work to me. It's work. Like the shit a SES worker might have to go through, and death in jail or drug that I have to go through, and it's like, yeah, bro, you working. People might think that's easy money, quick money, but when you get that red scarlet up from being an SCX worker, and people find out about you, and then you might be threatened by some, yeah, it's work.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
Yes. Yes. And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Shaming tactics to control a man. See, it's all about controlling a man. Women don't want to be controlled, but they cool with controlling a man, though. Oh yeah, girl, you liberated. Ooh, yeah, go out there and sell yourself as much as you want. Ugh, what kind of pig are you to go buy? Oh, that's just weird, right?
Sex work to be real work?
Yes. Yes. And if you don't, you suck.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Because it's empowering to be able to do what you want with your body when you want to be able to do it.
But isn't that like shaming your own customers?
No.
Well, how can you be a victim of your own product?
Because it's my fucking body. My body, my choice.
She's not making no fucking sense.
My body, my choice.
Why do women often claim victimhood by the very thing they use to empower themselves?
Okay, just somebody tell me where she at. Cause she started saying this. She started saying when she talk about SES workers, I want y'all to pay attention how she say we. Also, if you part of the we, cause I'm well affiliated with SEX worker. Some of my closest female friends are that. So I have like a different understanding knowledge. So where you at, girl? I'm saying I'm being kind of thirsty. Let me. No, I don't want to get nobody no shout out with my no quick commercials with my.
Believe in that question. I do believe that women do that Me Too shit, and I don't believe in that. Like you say you want to like empower yourself and then use this as like like a beneficial factor, but then you claim victim, and I think it's just a money aspect.
Does the fact that porn and OnlyFans exist prove that women are okay being objectified as long as they're getting paid?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you consider sex work to be real work?
No.
I do.
Well, yeah, for porn stars and OnlyFans, because they get that dough. They're millionaires off OnlyFans.
Why is porn legal but prostitution isn't?
Tell me.
Okay, now we get to. I'm gonna leave a timestamp. Now we get to my theories and why legalization of SES work will effectively kill the women's lib movement, women's equality, women's right, because they wouldn't have shit to argue about, and it would destroy the. It wouldn't destroy the world, but society as we know it would be over with. Marriage would be lower. Think about this. sex work is legal. Now, what's gonna happen is the people who are not sex workers either gonna get put out of business or they gonna be forced to become sex workers. I'm gonna give you a scenario. I'm gonna use a masseuse, right? I can, if sex work was legal, I can hire a masseuse that give a happy ending, or would I hire a masseuse that don't give happy endings? Both of them are equal and they massage their other parts. But one of them just don't go the extra. Okay, guess what's gonna happen? Everybody gonna go to the one who get a happy endings, and the ones who don't ain't gonna make no money, forcing them to give happy endings. That's gonna be beneficial to men. Like right now, you're like, well, a lot of men just gonna be broke. Come on, broke niggas get cooch. That ain't gonna stop them. And the ones who got money, gonna get it. Now let's go back to the scenario again. SEX work is legal. I want a secretary, a personal assistant. Am I gonna hire a personal assistant who is not a SEX worker, or am I gonna hire me one that give me a BJ at my daily coffee break? I don't need coffee. Hook me up in some other ways. I give you a bonus. I ain't got to worry about no actual harassment in the work, no improper, all that's in your contract. Normal secretaries probably gonna be out of job or be forced. I'm telling you, bro, this world that the women want to create is only gonna benefit men. I don't feel sorry for niggas who can't get cooch now. I'm not gonna feel sorry for dudes who can't get cooch then. That's how men are. We're competitive. That's not gonna affect us. We still gonna have to work hard and be extra. I ain't gonna say be extra. We still gotta elevate ourselves to even me there. Like if I'm broke, I gotta go get some money. See what I'm talking about? It's still gonna be that competitive. It's not gonna really change for men, but for women, oh bro, girl, I might well just you might well because these niggas out here already hiring human resources slash sex workers, maid slash sex workers. I'm just saying, bro. That's how it's gonna shake out.
That why and tell me this, why can you go out and have sex with 20 million men for free and then nothing happens, but as soon as you want to put a price on your worth, it's illegal? Hello, that's the question.
Do you believe all adults have sexual needs?
Of
Yep.
course.
Of course, and you couldn't
Buy
live
a
life.
vibrator.
You could not live
I'm sure you've seen a lot in
Of
Appalachia,
course.
but you haven't seen the trench.
It's almost over. I can turn his air conditioner back on.
life without sex. It's
Should
impossible.
lonely men be expected to satisfy their sexual needs by watching porn?
Yes and no. If they're really desperate, then yes. But if they can wait for a woman, then they should not watch porn.
They can if that's what they want, then I think that it should go that way, or by prostitutes.
If so, why would men still crave sex when porn is free and available all over the internet?
Because you don't get the, you know how long it takes for you to find the right porn.
Because
Oh my God, that was so damn funny. Every man went down that rabbit hole before. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it.
women don't understand that men actually are more horny than women themselves. And they actually need a sex life, otherwise they cannot function at all. And I know that because I've had like ex-boyfriends that cannot live without sex.
Do you consider sex work?
That's a lie because men sometimes you go through droughts. Men have to. Again, like I said earlier, you have to be used to being alone because you'll being a bachelor, you're not gonna be hitting home runs out the park all the time. Sometimes you're gonna get struck out, struck out, struck out, struck out, struck out, struck out.
Be real work.
Not really, no.
But do you think most women consider sex work to be real work?
Yeah, the empowerment thing, trying to make it sound like it's more than it is, so they can feel good about it, kind of thing. But I don't believe it is real work at all.
Why are women more accepting of women who can sell sex, but are less likely to accept a man who can buy it?
Ooh, that's a good question. More double standards. Just they
Yep.
don't like reality very much.
Isn't that shaming your own customers?
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Isn't that like complaining about crackheads while you're selling crack?
Exactly the same. Yeah.
If prostitution was legal, do you think we'd have a better society?
Ooh.
Better for
Not
men.
really, to be honest with you. I can't say I think we'd be better as a society at all. Not really.
Yes, I do consider sex work is real work. We're the work of all time. We're going to last longer than any other industry. We've been here all before, okay, and we're still going to be here. When computers and everything take over, they're still going to want a physical woman to get it done, okay? We're going to be here.
If prostitution was legal, do you think we'd have a better society?
Yes.
Why?
Everybody would be happy.
Honestly, no, because I think we need to go back to old school values more so than the
real eminence, that's where y'all better be at. Because I'm telling you, if you keep down this path, it's only going to benefit men. Men will be happier, but women won't be happy because why would a man want to get married? Like, the ball would be in a man's court 100%. Of course, SIPs exempted.
it's this like do you boo boo type of thing that's going on. I think it's more important to re-register ourselves with old school values, being committed, and making that investment into each other and making that commitment because it's scary, yeah, but it means something. It means a lot more.
Do you think the solution could be prostitution, the world's oldest institution?
Yes. I don't see anything wrong with prostitution as long as it's
consensual,
legal, and safe.
I think the solution is always prostitution, but it's a way of saying like that because not prostitution is sex work. Because prostitution is like it's like a derogatory term, and it's meant to like say like people on the corner or like a less than person. Sex work is more like therapy, spending time, not just like that. Because it's not always that. It's more to we're more than just that.
Well, what about when it's like done, in brothels as opposed to streetwalkers?
Okay, so that's when they can put a price on it, and that's when it's okay. But it's like you're not gonna tax me for my body. Like, how dare you try to tax me, or like I have to pay for your service? Like, and I'm the one doing the service. Like, no, I do not believe in that. Like, no, how can you tax us for something that's done for free every fucking day? No.
Wouldn't relationships be built on love rather than sex and manipulation?
I think that the opposite would happen if prostitution was legalized.
Well, if a guy could get sex anytime he wanted, really easily, why would he need to be in a relationship for any reason other than love?
Because if you're in a relationship for love, you should be able to get sex anytime you want to and not find it elsewhere.
See how this sounds like some Disney shit? You know how many men got in a relationship for love and ain't getting it like they want to? Come on now.
I don't think any of the relationships are built on love anyway. Like, I think all of this is a big excuse. Like, we're making excuses just to go about this daily dance.
Wouldn't women be more accountable and make more effort to create loving relationships?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so.
Wouldn't it remove any legal liabilities for men trying to get sex?
Yes.
Wouldn't it remove the possibility of...
And that's what I'm talking about, legal liability. If sex work was legal, men would be off the hook legally. Because we can put it in the contract. That would make men's life so much better and easier. It would be so easier that women would be upset and angry that men are so happy and we not. Why ain't nobody marrying us like they used to? Traditional women value gonna rise immensely. Like immensely, but let's continue.
Rejection.
Yeah.
Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be government regulated and generate tax revenue?
Yeah. Like I heard in certain places near Nevada and near in Las Vegas where they actually making tax money off of it. Hey, people gonna do it regardless. It's just gonna happen.
So can you think of any reasons not to legalize it?
No.
Do you think if prostitution was cheap and accessible, we'd have a better society?
Yes. And safe.
Safer society, because it would be included in law and protected by law.
So, don't women often look for sugar daddies and men often look for trophy wives?
Yes.
Don't women often look for sugar daddies and men look for trophy wives?
Yes.
Do you believe it's generally true men objectify women sexually while women objectify men financially?
Absolutely.
The hell
Isn't
yeah.
it generally true that men seek the hottest woman they can afford while women seek the richest man they can attract?
Definitely.
Don't men want trophy wives and women want sugar daddies?
That's the game.
So how is dating not just a loose form of prostitution?
That's all it is. It's prostitution in slow motion, low-key.
So then why would it be bad to legalize it if it's already happening?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, you got me on that one, I guess. Yeah.
Why should men pay for the opportunity to maybe get sex instead of just paying for sex?
I've been asking men that for the longest. Why am I gonna pay $800 for a dinner with a broad who probably ain't gonna give me none, in hopes we do this again for another $700? I'd be a dumbass if I went on let you eat $800 worth of food in the first place. When I can just call up a little chick, throw her, I ain't gotta feed, I ain't gotta take her nowhere, and throw a half of that and get a few hours of fun time.
I know, go with the sure thing. I would go with the sure thing instead of taking a woman out and spending $200 on dinner, you know. Might as well just give her that $200 and get to it.
Yep.
You're paying for the time and the woman's worth. You're not paying for an action or a transaction.
But wouldn't the marketplace determine what the woman's worth is?
No, the woman determines her worth.
Well, she can.
See, there you go being delusional. You can say I'm worth $1,500 an hour all you want, but if a motherfucker ain't willing to pay it, see, you don't really understand market value. Then you don't understand, supply and demand. It's the consumer that determines the worth, the value, and worth of the product and service because of how much they are willing to pay for it.
She can ask a certain price, but...
Yeah, she can ask, and if he feels that she's valuable enough, then he will supply that demand.
Wouldn't it end simping and shift the sexual marketplace to where women have to compete for the men?
I guess I don't really see how it does that.
Well, why should men pay for the opportunity to get sex instead of just paying for sex?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Yeah, it kind of, it kind of swaps some power around a bit. I can see that.
Wouldn't it also flood the market and drive the prices down?
Would it?
No.
Would it?
Well, obviously, if you had just like an influx of women selling sex.
Clearly, I don't know. They don't know SEX work. You better ask them chicks on them websites what time it is. Why they be having them $40 and $50 specials on a Tuesday, Wednesday. Like, not that I know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying?
There'd be a greater supply, right?
But who's to say there would be an influx?
Well, obviously, look how many women are doing OnlyFans right now.
Right.
So I'm just saying, like, obviously, if...
OnlyFans and prostitution is not the same thing. Selling your body for sex and selling your body not for sex are two totally different things. However...
I beg to differ, skunkhead. I beg to differ.
However, a woman should be able to do whatever she wants with her body, just like a man can.
So lastly, do you think if prostitution was cheap and accessible, there'd be less rape and sexual violence?
Yes. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, but I think if men could be able to get it up a little bit more for women that are willing, there would be a lot less crime.
She is so unattractive. Not her, but her. This one here, she is so unattractive. Just keep your mouth shut, baby. The more shit come out your mouth, the less attractive you are.
Necessarily, but I think if men could be able to get it up a little bit more for women that are willing, there would be a lot less crime.
Do you think that grape is about sex or about power?
Power. Power and control.
So if grape isn't about sex, if it's all about power, why wouldn't evil men just assault women and not bother having sex with them?
But some do.
Right, but isn't it really all about power and also sex?
No, I feel like it's more about power and control.
I think it's
and,
both.
and feeling like that you like that you took something like that is just priceless, but you have that, like, that you did that and that you violated that person in that way, that you have some type of like that you have that over that person, like.
Right, but I mean, like, you know, whenever a guy would get robbed or mugged or beat up and stuff,
It's
why don't they have sex with
that's
them?
a valuable, that's like materialistic stuff. But when you like put a price on that and then it still get taken, as like you're not only robbing me, but you're violating and doing that also. So it's like a combine of like violations.
Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Yes.
Do you think there would be less rape and sexual assault?
I don't believe so, just because it's legal. I don't believe that. Because y'all clearly I ain't never had encounters with SEX workers. Them motherfuckers still play games with you. Now they playing games with you and your money. You know, I'll tell you some fucking stories. I'm not gonna sit here and stunt act like I have not engaged in relations with somebody who happens to quote me a price for the engagement. And I tell you, you want to see a magician? I always say, put the money on the dresser and watch how quick it disappears. That's fucking a work of art. Where the fuck it went? Oh my god. I just blinked my eyes. Someone tell you games they play. Say you purchase a certain amount of time, right? Set fee agreed upon. And you happen to, engage in, relations, and you finish in half that time. You are expected to get the fuck up and leave. Okay, I only use half my time. Give me half my money. Or when they all set you up and get jacked, all kind of. So don't think just because they got a price on it, downplay them fucking same kind of games that free ones do. Man, don't go into these encounters thinking like that. Your ass get robbed and jacked and played and followed home.
Yes. In some cases, men see someone who is a prostitute as a way to take out their frustrations. Because they're paying her.
Sure, but I mean, if it was done safely with brothels and regulated, then wouldn't that be less likely to happen?
Possibly, possibly not. It depends on how well the brothel is run as a business.
Right, but I'm saying, I mean, why would that be any more likely to happen than, in just any normal monogamous relationship?
Very good point.
If you are putting a profit on it or you're not, there's always that sick individual that's still going to want to just take what's not theirs, even if it has a price on it.
I don't think it would eliminate it entirely, but you don't even think that it might even reduce the numbers?
It will reduce it. It will reduce it substantially. But they always got that 10%, 10, 15%. Motherfucker, screws ain't right. Screws ain't tight up in his head.
Wouldn't men be more fulfilled and less angry and violent?
Probably. That's possible, yeah.
Do you think there would be less rape and sexual assault?
I think people are always going to do that off of some seeking power over someone else sort of thing. But yeah, if anyone who's been graping out of desperation, I think absolutely you have a solution there. But
don't you think it would reduce it at least?
Yeah, I mean, you would have an impact on some numbers, but yeah, you're always going to have somebody, like I said, trying to exercise power.
Well, that was another banger from It's Complicated. It's your boy, King Dad 225. Let me know how you feel about this video in the comments. Hit that like, subscribe, become part of the kingdom. Hope I don't make nobody mad with my opinion. I wouldn't care if I did anyway.